you know, being a product, an American product, as it were, uh, the history that we come from. You know, our African people were kidnapped, brought here, and enslaved. And over the centuries, women, African women in particular, have had to carve out this place where, in many instances, they had to be uh, father, mother, mistress to a wide range of people. You know, this was enforced upon them. They had no will in this matter. Still, out of that was forged this kind of strength, this determination, this resistance, you see. So, and also a strong womanhood. Yeah. So, women bring that to Islam when they come. I mean, we all bring who we are to Islam. And if we are fortunate, inshallah, Allah just hones those qualities for us and, you know, makes us even better at it is that what we do. For me, Islam was really the polisher. You know, it allowed me to be fully feminine, to really enjoy my femininity, and at the same time feel my power, my special power as a spiritually grounded Muslim woman. And that was a unique gift because coming from the environment that I was raised in, the American environment, right? You had to navigate whether you wanted to be woman, whether you wanted to live a certain life of integrity or value. Do you want to be a toy? Do you I mean, how do you see yourself, and how do you negotiate all of these options that are given to you, most of which are not empowering for women at all. So Islam gave us all of that, you know. So we talk about the advances, the special privileges, the status that women have in Islam, and contrary to popular misconception about how Islam treats women, it's a very special place where women are placed. And I think that our work is to make distinctions between cultural practices that devalue women and Islamic principles that empower women. And so that's the message that we have to carry. And it's an awesome journey, really. In the South, again, it didn't just happen after meeting Malcolm. There was a process, an evolution, but there was always that seed of discontent, of malcontent. I always describe myself as a spiritual malcontent. I was always searching. As a young girl, I grew up in the church. Went to Sunday school every Sunday, sang in the choir. I actually left my home to pursue a singing career, come to the big city, to New York City. But I had wanted to find a way to outwardly express my faith, my religion. And for some reason, I didn't find that in my faith tradition at the time. We were raised in the African Methodist Episcopal Church, which says a lot. You know, you have to create another religious institution just to have spiritual value, the African Methodist Episcopal Church. But that was not still feeding me what I needed. So there was this constant yearning. And I recall at one time at a very early age, I thought, well, Catholics cross themselves. And to the young mind, it was like, oh, that's a very outward demonstration of one's faith. So I decided, well, I want to become a Catholic. That experience was not a positive one because even in that very innocent desire, you're still living in the segregated South, and you're actually still not welcome at the front door. So you're still having to take those backdoor routes even to seek God. So I never went back for anything. So that stayed with me. So by the time I got to New York in the early 60s, I was in full search mode. Now, in the 60s, in Greenwich Village, it was a time when not only were young people doing a lot of things, including destructive things, they were also seeking alternative spiritual paths, right? So I was part of that. So we went into bookstores looking for books on religion, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, whatever we could find. And subhanAllah, in one of the occult bookstores in Greenwich Village, uh, on really the bottom shelf, occult bookstore, I found the Quran. And that was my first introduction to the Quran. And from then it was like, wow, this is the message that resonates with me. It gives me what I need. I already felt inclined to fight back, to defend myself. The nonviolent kind of approach was not speaking to me at the time. I wanted to know that if you are a decent person, you're obeying the law, you are really trying to live a life of integrity, that you also had a responsibility to protect your family and your loved ones. So that that was an unspoken message. But when I found people like Malcolm X articulating in the way that he did, and then later on I read Quran about that message and how it unfolded and just encapsulated the world. And not a violent message, but a message of dignity, human dignity and integrity. It was a winner. So that was how I came to Islam, and many of my friends embraced other religious traditions. For me, it was Islam, and it's been a lifesaver. I mean, I shudder to think what I would be doing now if Islam hadn't found me.